One of the biggest mistakes I see every spring is treating the entire garden like it has the same temperature. It doesn't. Even with snow still on the ground, some parts of your garden can be warm enough to grow crops weeks earlier. Ignore those hidden warm zones, and you lose valuable growing time, reduce yields, and shorten your harvest season before it even begins. Before I show you how I find these natural heat pockets, here's one tool that's made a real difference for me. I use a soil moisture meter for plants with a soil thermometer and light sensor because guessing soil temperature is one of the fastest ways to waste seeds. Soil can look ready while still being too cold underground. I'll leave the exact one I use in the description if you want to check it out. Knowing the real soil temperature has saved me from several failed early plantings. The ground is almost never the same temperature everywhere. Snow melts unevenly for a reason. Areas beside stone walls, south-facing fences, compost piles, large rocks, brick pathways, or dark mulch often warm several degrees faster than the rest of the garden. I've measured differences of 5 to 10 degrees Celsius between two planting spots less than 5 meters apart. That small difference determines whether spinach germinates this week or 2 weeks later. Professional growers pay attention to these microclimates because every extra growing day adds value. Home gardeners should too. If you're enjoying practical gardening tips like this, consider subscribing because we focus on techniques that actually improve harvests instead of repeating gardening myths. Your compost pile is already giving away free heat. An active compost pile generates surprising amounts of warmth. Instead of wasting that energy, place raised beds or early planting containers a short distance from the active side of the pile. I'm not suggesting planting directly into unfinished compost. Instead, let that escaping warmth help create a slightly warmer growing environment nearby. Even 2 or 3 degrees can dramatically improve germination of cool season vegetables like lettuce, peas, radishes, and spinach. Later I'll explain another simple material that stores daytime warmth even after the sun disappears. Raised beds warm much faster than flat ground. This is one reason experienced gardeners love raised beds in cooler climates. Because the soil is exposed on multiple sides, sunlight warms it faster and excess water drains more quickly. Wet soil always takes longer to warm. I usually loosen the top 5 to 8 centimeters of soil before planting. Loose soil traps tiny air pockets that warm faster than compacted ground. Avoid working saturated soil. You'll only create compaction that slows warming even further. Dark surfaces quietly collect free solar energy. One overlooked trick is simply using darker materials where early crops will grow. Dark compost, finished leaf mold, aged bark mulch, or even dark landscape fabric absorbs more sunlight than pale soil. That absorbed heat slowly transfers into the soil below throughout the day. I don't cover entire gardens this way. I only prepare narrow planting strips where I intend to sow early crops. This targeted approach uses less material while warming exactly where the seeds need it. Water timing changes soil temperature more than most people realize. Many gardeners water first thing in the morning because they've always heard that's best. During very early spring, cold irrigation water can actually lower soil temperature just enough to delay germination. If the weather is still cool, I often water during the warmest part of the afternoon instead. The soil recovers much faster before nighttime temperatures drop. This is especially useful for containers and raised beds that warm rapidly during sunny days. Small windbreaks create surprisingly warm planting zones. Cold wind removes heat almost as quickly as sunlight provides it. Simple windbreaks made from straw bales, temporary fencing, stacked firewood, or shrubs reduce heat loss without expensive structures. I've started peas and leafy greens nearly 2 weeks earlier simply because one side of the garden stayed protected from cold spring winds. That's not magic. It's basic heat conservation. Pocket heat works because every advantage adds together. This strategy isn't about finding one miracle trick. It's combining several small advantages. A south-facing raised bed. Dark compost on the surface. Protection from cold winds. Good drainage. Nearby thermal mass like rocks or brick. Accurate soil temperature measurements. Each one may only improve conditions slightly. Together they create a planting zone that behaves weeks ahead of the rest of the garden. That's exactly how commercial growers extend seasons without heating entire fields. The earliest harvest usually belongs to the observant gardener. Most gardeners wait for the calendar. Successful gardeners watch the soil instead. Walk your property after snow begins melting. Notice where frost disappears first. Measure soil temperature instead of guessing. Look for protected corners that collect warmth naturally. Those small observations often produce the biggest harvest advantage of the entire season. Understanding how heat moves through your garden is just as valuable as understanding fertilizer or irrigation. Once you start seeing your garden as a collection of different microclimates instead of one uniform space, you'll never approach early planting the same way again. If you found this useful, subscribe to Farm Logic and share this video with another gardener who's tired of waiting for spring to officially arrive. Sometimes the growing season starts much earlier than most people realize. You simply have to know where to look.